student. Again, this is Professor Amol Eskalekar from Department of Computer Science, CMCS, Yotma. In today's session, we are going to discuss the new point in unit number 6 of the subject Distributed Operating System. As you know, the title of unit number 6 is the case study of Mac, and the topic that we are going to discuss in our today's session is the communication in Mac. Okay, so let's take the key points of our today's session. So the key points in our communication in Mac are ports that are used in communication, then after the capabilities, and finally primitives that are used for managing the ports. Okay, तो ये points अपन आज के सेशन में इस टॉपिक के अंदर देखेंगे, that is communication in Mac. So दोस्तों, जैसे आपको पता है कि लास्ट जो अपने सेशंस हुए उस सेशन में अपन ने मेमोरी मैनेजमेंट इस कंसेप्ट को देखा था. उसके पहले अपन ने प्रोसेस मैनेजमेंट को देखा था. नाउ इन आवर टुडे सेशन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस दिस कम्युनिकेशन इन मैक. सो एज वी नो दैट जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड सिस्टम होती है उस सिस्टम में जो कम्युनिकेशन किया जाता है वो मैसेज पासिंग के थ्रू या फिर वाया मैसेज पासिंग होता है. Now, as far as this Mac system is concerned, the goal of communication in Mac is to support a variety of styles of communication in a readable and flexible way. So, this is the statement that has been stated by Draves in 1990. Now, the communication can be handled in the asynchronous message passing with the help of RPC, byte streams and other forms as well. मतलब इस मैक सिस्टम में जो कम्युनिकेशन को हैंडल किया जाता है वो असिंक्रोनस मैसेज पासिंग के थ्रू, आरपीसी के थ्रू, बाइट स्ट्रीम के थ्रू या फिर जो भी कन्वीनियंट वे सिचुएशन के हिसाब से सही लगता है उस माध्यम से इस मैक में कम्युनिकेशन को परफॉर्म किया जाता है. नाउ the Mac inter-process communication mechanism is based on that of its ancestor, that is RIG and ANSET. मतलब जो RIG सिस्टम थी या फिर एसेंट सिस्टम थी उसके बेसिस पे ही इस मैक में जो कम्युनिकेशन वो कैरी आउट किया जाता है. Now, due to this evaluation, the mechanism used has been optimized for the local case, that is for one node, rather than for the remote case, that is for the distributed system. It should be again noted that in these terms a multiprocessor is a single node, so the communication between the processes on the different CPUs within the same multiprocessor uses the local case. Okay. Now, इसमें का जो पहला पॉइंट है वो है पोर्ट. Now, basic of all the kind of communication in Mac is a kernel data structure which is called as a port. मतलब जो भी कम्युनिकेशन इस मैक सिस्टम में किया जाएगा वो पोर्ट के द्वारा ही पॉसिबल हो सकता है. Now, a port is essentially a protected mailbox. When a thread in one process wants to communicate with a thread in the another process, a sending thread writes the message to the port and the receiving thread will just text it out again through this port. Now, each port is protected in order to ensure that only authorized processes can send to it and receive the message from it. Now, again, the ports supports unidirectional communication like the pipes that are used in the Unix system. A port that can be used to send a request from a client to a server cannot also be used for sending the reply back from the server to the client. क्या हुआ मतलब कि जिस पोर्ट के जरिए आप क्लाइंट से सर्वर तक मैसेज भेजेंगे उसी पोर्ट के माध्यम से सर्वर से क्लाइंट के तरफ रिस्पांस या फिर रिप्लाई नहीं आएगा. इसके लिए आपको दूसरा पोर्ट ही यूज करना पड़ेगा. दैट इज अ सेकंड पोर्ट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द रिप्लाई. ओके. Now, the ports simply supports reliable sequenced message streams. If a thread sends a message to a port, the system will guarantee that it will be delivered in the convenient and efficient as well as the reliable manner. The messages are never lost due to the errors, overflow or other causes. मतलब किसी भी प्रकार की फेलियर की वजह से यहाँ पे मैसेजेस लॉस्ट नहीं हो सकते. Okay, again, messages sent by a single thread are also guaranteed to be delivered in the other, or you can say in the order that has been sent. Okay, now if two threads write to the same port in the interleaved fashion, taking turns, the system does not provide any guarantee about the message sequencing, as some buffering may take place in the kernel due to the locking and other factors. Unlike pipes, port supports message streams जो अपन ने पहले ही बताया है, not byte streams. Message are never concatenated. मतलब यहाँ पे मैसेज स्ट्रीम को सपोर्ट किया जाता है, बाइट स्ट्रीम को सपोर्ट नहीं किया जाता है, और मैसेज को आप कॉन्कैट नहीं कर सकते. Okay, now if a thread writes 500 byte message to a port, the reliever, or you can say the receiver, will always see them as a 5 distinct message, never as a single 500 byte message. Okay, मतलब इसको 5 के सेक्शन में डिवाइड करके भेजा जाएगा. ठीक है. Now, a simple diagram for the port you can see on your screen. So, when a port is created, 64 byte of kernel storage space are allocated and maintained until the port is destroyed. मतलब जब भी पोर्ट तैयार किया जाता है, at that time 64 byte of kernel space उसके लिए allocate की जाती है, और जब वो डिस्ट्रॉय किया जाता है उस वक्त इस स्पेस को रिलीज किया जाता है. ओके, तो इस फिगर के जरिए आप पोर्ट को देख सकते हैं. So there is the message queue, then after current message count, then after maximum messages and so on. All these things, मतलब messages से related जितनी भी important चीजें होती है, send करना है या फिर receive करना है, उससे related जितनी भी important चीजें होती है, आप इस फिगर में देख सकते हैं. So this is the simplified diagrammatic representation of the port. Okay. Now, when a thread creates a port, it gets back an integer identifying the port analogous to the file descriptor. Now, this integer is used in the subsequent calls that sends a message to the port or receives the message from the port in order to identify which port is currently used it. Now, the ports are kept track per process, not per thread. So, if one thread creates a port and gets back the integer 3 to identify it, another thread in the same process will definitely never get 3 to identify its न्यू पोर्ट. मतलब एक नंबर या फिर इंटीजर किसी पोर्ट के आइडेंटिफिकेशन के लिए अगर अलोकेट किया है, तो वही नंबर दूसरे पोर्ट के आइडेंटिफिकेशन के लिए अलोकेट नहीं किया जाएगा. The kernel, in fact, does not even maintain a record of which thread created which port. A thread can pass port access to another thread in the different processes. मतलब ये जो थ्रेड है डिफरेंट प्रोसेसेस को इस पोर्ट का एक्सेस दे सकते हैं अगर रिक्वायरमेंट रही तो. Clearly, it cannot do so merely by putting the appropriate integer in the message, any more than a unique process can pass a file descriptor for standard output through a pipe by writing the integer 1 to the pipe. Okay. Now, the exact mechanism that is used is the protected by the kernel, and we can just discuss this thing in the later session. Okay, now just for a moment, it is sufficient to know that it can be done in the sum order. Now, in the given figure, you can see how the message are passed with the help of the port. So, there we can see there is the process A and B, and there are the sending threads. ओके, तो ये सब किया जाता है, और मैसेज किस टाइप से इस पोर्ट के जरिए सेंड या फिर रिसीव होता है, ये आप इस फिगर के जरिए देख सकते हैं. So, in this figure, we see a situation in which two processes, that is the process A and B, each have access to the same port. Now, A has just sent a message to the port and B has just read the message. The header and the body of the message are physically copied from A to the port and later from the port to the B. ओके, तो इस तरीके से ये मैसेज पासिंग होता है। Now, the ports may be grouped into the port sets for convenience. Okay, it is possible to read from a port set. Okay, a server, for example, can use this mechanism to read from a large number of ports at the same amount of time. The kernel returns one message from one of the ports in the set. No promises are made about which port will be selected for this purpose. If all the ports are empty, the server will be blocked, and in this way, a server can maintain a different port for each of the many objects that it supports and will get the messages for any of them without having to just dedicate a thread to each one. Now, the current implementation queues all the messages for the port set onto a single chain. Okay. Now, the next point in the communication in MAC is the capability. So, to a first approximation, for each process, the kernel maintains a table of all the ports to which the process has the access. This table is kept safely inside the kernel where user processes cannot get it at all. Okay, now processes refers to the ports by their position in this table, that is entry 1, entry 2 and so on. These table entries are effectively classical capabilities. We will refer to them as a capability and we will call the table containing the capabilities as the capability list. मतलब जिस टेबल में ये कैपेबिलिटीज होती है उस टेबल को आप कैपेबिलिटी लिस्ट टेबल करके कॉल कर सकते हैं. Now each process has exactly one capability list, and in this way when a thread asks the kernel to create a port for it, the kernel does so and enters a capability for it in the capability list for the process to which the kernel thread belongs. Okay. Now, then after the integer returned to the thread to identify the capability is usually an index into the capability list. We will again refer to this integer as the capability name. Each capability consists not only a pointer to a port but also a rights field telling what access the holder of the capability has to the port. Then after, there are three different kinds of writes. First one is the receive, send, and then after the send once. As far as the first one, that is the receive is concerned, the receive writes gives the holder the ability to read the message from the port. Earlier, again we have mentioned that the communication in Mac is unidirectional. मतलब जिस पोर्ट से आपने मैसेज भेजा उसी पोर्ट से आप रिप्लाई को गेन या फिर रिसीव नहीं कर सकते. Okay. Then after, the integer returned to the thread to identify the capability is usually an index into the capability list. Okay. So dear students, these are the points as far as the communication in Mac is concerned. Okay. तो आज के सेशन में अपने जो points देखे हैं वो है ports और capability. Okay. Thank you.